great family here from Blues Guitar Unleashed. Welcome and thanks for joining me. In today's video, I wanted to run through 5 absolutely classic riffs that are all played with pentatonic box 1, pentatonic or blues box 1. And I wanted to do this because I want to show you that they're fairly easy. So this is definitely more of a beginner lesson, but also a lot of people get hung up trying to learn riffs. They hear a song and they're like, hey, that's a cool riff, I want to learn that. And a lot of people don't associate the fact that that riff, in all likelihood, comes from your pentatonic scale. It's by far the most common in blues rock, in classic rock. You know, maybe there's an extra note here or there, but by and large, you're going to get a lot of mileage out of the pentatonic scale. So if you're not hip to, I'll say, the minor pentatonic scale box 1 or the blues box 1, it's fairly straightforward. I have other videos about this, so I won't spend too much time right here. But if I was in A, if I was starting on an A, the minor pentatonic scale is A, C, D, E, G, A, C, D, E, G, A, C. And we call this box 1. We call it box 1 because there's 5 different ways you can play this scale. They all get the same set of notes, but just because of the way things are laid out on the guitar, this is how it goes. So you'll notice I've got first finger, fourth finger, first finger, third finger, first finger, third finger, first, third, first, fourth, first, fourth. Excuse me, if we add in what we commonly call the blue note, it goes right there on the 5th string at the 6th fret, or right there at the 8th fret of the 3rd string. Okay, so it's a very, very common pattern. If you are learning the blues, if you're playing blues songs or doing blues soloing, you've undoubtedly come across it. It's definitely not the only way to play a pentatonic scale, but it is a very popular way to play a pentatonic scale. Because it's very popular, a lot of people who came before you used it and wrote stuff in it. So it's one of those things that kind of, propagates itself that way, I'll say. So let's jump into the first riff. The first riff is good old Hoochie Coochie Man, which is in A. So we're going to start on A just like I showed you. 2, 3, 4, and 1. Okay, so I've got, I'm not starting with the A, but I'm starting with the C, then the D, then the E, then back to the C, then the A. And the way that this goes rhythmically is it's all kind of a pickup. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1. Okay, so the last note happens on beat 1. That's the thing that messes most people up. Most people will sort of associate beat 1 with the first sound that they hear. So make sure you count yourself in on this one. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1. 2, 3 and 4 and 1. 2 and 3 and 4 and 1. All right, so that's the first riff. It's really straightforward. It's obviously only a handful of notes, but the timing, and you're gonna hear me talk about this a lot. If you're new to my videos, I talk about timing all the time, counting and timing. It's the biggest thing. You'll notice we've got all these cool riffs that use the same handful of notes. The only thing that really makes them different is how the timing goes. So it really, really is a big deal. Okay, let's jump into our second one, which I'm gonna do in G, which I believe is where Cream did it. So obviously that's born under a bad sign. Okay, so if I'm in G, same finger movements, okay? G, B flat, C, D, F, G. So I'm gonna start at the 5th string on the 3rd fret, the 3rd and 5th there, 3rd and 5th on the 4th string, up to the 3rd fret on the 3rd string, and back to the 5th fret on the 4th string. Again, timing is everything, and this is in a straight feel, so it's not 1 and 2 and, it's 1 and 2 and 3 and 4, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. Okay, so those notes are again 3rd, 5th on the 5th string, 3rd fret on the 4th string. Then we're going to reach down to the B flat at the 6th fret of the 6th string and land on the low G at the 3rd fret on the 6th string. Okay, so there's a few more notes. This one's obviously a little bit more of a challenge, but it's not too bad. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and again and 3 and 4 and 1, 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1. So definitely there's a little bit more to remember. I get that. But if you know the pattern, I find that it's much easier to remember how these riffs go. There's a reason I can remember dozens and dozens and dozens of these. And it has to do with the fact that I see them in that box pattern, which also allows me to change the key. So for example, if I'm playing and somebody says, hey, let's do it in A, that's fine. Or how about let's do it in B? Or let's do it in F. I don't really care what the key is. My fingers aren't gonna really feel any different. Okay, let's move on to our 3rd riff, which is of course a classic. And I realize this is a little more towards the classic rock end of the spectrum, but it's such a great example I couldn't leave it out. So we're in D, and we're adding the blue note. So I've got 10, 13, 10, 11, 12, 10, 12. Okay, and I'm gonna start from this D. So I'm gonna go 12, 12, 10, 12. Now, rhythmically, this again gets tricky. I'm going down to the 5th string, 12, 11, 10, then down to the low D at the 10th fret of the 6th string, and then the 13th and back. So it's 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2, 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 4 and 1 and 2, 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. So again, timing is going to be a big key on this, as it is with all of them. I know I say that a lot, but it really, really, really is important, okay? Now, those 3 are fairly simple. This next one, that one's a little bit more challenging. This is, of course, Good Morning Little Schoolgirl. Johnny Lang did it, I think, on his 1st or 2nd record. Did a great version of it. I'm doing it in B. Okay, so again, we've got the same old pentatonic pattern. And again, we're sticking to the low end, right? For solos, we tend to stay towards the higher end. For riffs, we tend to stay towards the low end. It's just a common thing, something to think about. So we're gonna start at the 9th fret of the 4th string, 9, 9, 7, 9, 7, 9, down to the 5th string, 7 on the 5th string, jump down to the 7th on the 6th string, and then the 10th fret, and then back. So if you think finger, 3, 3, 1, 3, 1, 3, 1, 1, pinky, 1. Right? And now notice this has a little bit of a swing. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. And you can play this kind of any speed. Or it could be slower. And that's kind of a cool thing about a lot of these riffs. There's a lot of leeway as far as the tempo. So don't get it built, don't get stuck in your head there's a certain full speed you have to do, because that's not often the case. A lot of times people play these songs a lot slower or a lot faster than some of their older recordings. All right, now the very last example I've got for you. Good old Buddy Guy. It's Damn Right I Got the Blues. And obviously this is a little bit newer, but it's kind of similar to Born Under a Bad Sign, but it's got a shuffle feel to it. And so what's funny is that I sort of see the similarity between the two riffs because of the fact that I'm familiar with the finger movements. But man, when I listen to Damn Right I Got the Blues, I would never in a million years think to myself, oh, that sounds like, Born Under a Bad Sign, because it doesn't. Even though a lot of the finger movements are very, very similar, a lot of the notes are very, very similar, they don't sound anything alike. And it's all because of the rhythm. So as always, I like to make that point. All right. So this one, we do have a 1, 2, 3, 4. We're going to start on a low note on 1, 1, 2, and 3. Okay, so 1 on the 5th frame, or first finger might be easier. And then 1 and 2, and I'm going to do a hammer on from my 1st to 3rd finger on the 5th string. Then I'm going to go up to my 1st finger on the 4th string. So 1, 2, and 3, and back to the 3rd finger on the 5th string. Go up to my 1st finger on the 3rd string, and then back to my 3rd finger on the 4th string. Okay, so let's walk through that really slowly. 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1, 2. Okay, one more time. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1, 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2, and we're gonna do that same move again. 3 and 4. We're going to go down to there. So instead of, we're going to go down there. So, and 3, same 1st finger on the 4th string, 3rd finger on the 5th string, pinky on the 6th string, and then we start over. Okay? So 3 and 4 and 1, 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1, 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1, 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1. And as always, the best way to practice these, count for yourself out loud. If you do that, I promise it gets easier. I know people fight me. Happens all the time. I teach thousands and thousands and thousands of students, both online and privately. I go through this all the time. You can fight me all you want, but I promise that as soon as you start counting out loud and playing slow enough that you can count out loud, that's usually the problem. People try to go too fast. Okay, if you go slow, you count out loud, you will get it. It will seem painfully slow at first. I get that. I know it. But once I finally break you, and once you finally start doing it, you won't be able to go back. And you will be able to learn a whole lot of things a whole lot faster. So please take the time to do it, particularly if you are new to playing the guitar. If you're a beginner, don't shoot yourself in the foot by not counting and handling the time. Handle the time now. Everything else is easier, I promise. Okay? So I hope you enjoyed all these riffs. I hope you have some fun with them. I hope you learn them and try them and do them the way that I did them. I very specifically, for all the people who were going to ask for the tab, I did not provide it. And the reason I did not provide it is I don't want you to read this. I want you to look at the finger motions. I want you to see these patterns within the box scale, okay? And I want you to learn them that way, because I want to start to help you get off the written page. It's great to be able to read tabs or read music or any of those kinds of things, but to play effortlessly, sometimes we need to be able to leave that music behind. And so specifically on this video, which I know is unusual for me, I usually have tab. If it's not on the screen, I put it in a PDF nearby or something. But very specifically on this one, I do not have the tab. I don't intend to include the tab. I want you to go through the process of learning it by seeing it. Seeing it on the fretboard, it will help you in many ways. Okay, so as always, if you have guitar playing friends that you think would enjoy this video, I hope you will share it with them. If you'd like to sign up you can check out my All Access Pass program. It's only $1. If you like what I do and you want to continue to support it, you can check out the All Access or any of the other courses or free downloads that I have. I'll leave links near this video for all of those things. And thank you for joining me today. I'm Griff Hanlon. I'll talk to you soon. Bye-bye.